Prince Louis, the youngest and most mischievous member of the royal family, has once again captured the nation's attention with his cheeky charm. Known for his playful antics and candid personality, Louis has a way of stealing the spotlight wherever he goes. But beneath the laughter, have you noticed the subtle tension between him and Queen Camilla? Sure, there have been brief moments where they seemed cordial, smiling at royal events and exchanging polite glances. However, the cracks in their relationship became impossible to ignore during the recent Christmas celebration hosted by Princess Kate. What started as a warm, festive family affair quickly turned into the most talked-about royal moment of the year. Picture this: the grand halls of Westminster Abbey lit with soft candlelight, the royal family gathered in unity. Yet, behind the grandeur, young Louis delivered a message so bold it left the entire country in shock. What did he say, and why was it directed at Queen Camilla? Join us as we break down the unforgettable moment that sparked headlines across the nation. Stay tuned, because when it comes to royal drama, Prince Louis knows how to leave a lasting impression. There's no better way to begin today's royal tale than with the charming, cheeky, and undeniably lovable Prince Louis. From the moment he entered the world, this young royal has captured hearts and headlines alike. Born on a sunny spring morning, April 23, 2018, at St. Mary's Hospital in London, Louis Arthur Charles arrived with the kind of fanfare only a royal birth could inspire. Gun salutes echoed through the city, church bells rang, and a nation collectively swooned over the newest member of the House of Windsor. From the start, his presence was symbolic. His parents, Prince William and Kate Middleton, chose his name carefully, a tribute to his grandfather, now King Charles III, and the late Lord Louis Earl Mountbatten of Burma, a key figure in royal history. Quite the name for such a little prince, wouldn't you say? Yet, as we've seen time and again, Louis is more than ready to live up to it. Let's take a moment to picture his christening, an affair as regal as you'd expect. On July 9, 2018, Louis was baptized by the Archbishop of Canterbury in the Chapel Royal at St. James's Palace. The photos from that day were simply adorable. His elder siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, beamed with pride, standing protectively by his side, already revealing the strong sibling bond that continues to define the Wales children today. Growing up as the youngest in a royal household isn't exactly your typical childhood, yet William and Kate have made a conscious effort to give their children a life balanced between royal duties and everyday family moments. Little Louis spent his early years splitting time between the grand halls of Kensington Palace in London and the more relaxed setting of Amer Hall, the family's countryside retreat in Norfolk. Whether it's gardening, baking, or playing outdoors, Lou's lively personality always shines through. But if you thought Louis was just another royal baby, think again. This young prince has a knack for stealing the spotlight. Remember his Trooping the Colour debut in 2019? Picture it. Perched on the iconic Buckingham Palace balcony, a tiny Louis waved enthusiastically to the crowd below. His toddler charm effortlessly captivated thousands. But it didn't stop there. Fast forward to Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and once again Louis stole the show with his animated expressions and playful demeanor. So much so that his memorable moments had the internet talking for weeks. Yet, beyond the laughter and playful antics, education has always remained a top priority for the Wales family. In 2021, Louis took a significant step, joining Wilcox Nursery School near Kensington Palace. As always, he approached this new chapter with curiosity and enthusiasm, reflecting the values instilled by his parents. But big changes were on the horizon. By 2022, the royal family relocated to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor Home Park, a move designed to provide greater privacy and space for the growing children. That same year, Louis enrolled at Lambrook School, an esteemed independent preparatory school in Berkshire, joining his older siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. Despite his tender age, Prince Louis has already been a part of some of the most significant moments in modern royal history. When Queen Elizabeth II passed away in September 2022, the royal family entered a new chapter. His grandfather ascended the throne as King Charles III. And with that, Louis became fourth in line to the British throne, a historic milestone as he became the first British prince to follow an elder sister in succession, thanks to the Perth Agreement. Then came the coronation of King Charles III on May 6, 2023, an event steeped in centuries-old tradition. Imagine the grandeur: Westminster Abbey filled with dignitaries, the sound of choir hymns echoing through the ancient stone walls. There, amidst the spectacle, was young Louis, impeccably dressed in royal attire, attending alongside his parents and siblings. While his elder brother, Prince George, took on a more formal role in the ceremony, Louis served as a reminder of the monarchy's future, youthful, vibrant, and endearingly mischievous. Prince Louis, the youngest and most spirited member of the royal family, has once again captured the nation's imagination with his infectious energy and mischievous charm. Whether he's pulling cheeky faces at public events or attempting to blow out his sister's candle at a Christmas service, Louis has a knack for stealing the spotlight. But beyond the grins and giggles lies a heartwarming story of sibling bonds that defines his place in the family. Being the youngest comes with its perks, and for Louis, it's a title he seems to embrace proudly. While his antics might occasionally earn him the reputation of being the annoying little brother, let's be honest, he wears it like a badge of honor, and his family wouldn't have it any other way. Among his siblings, Princess Charlotte, just 8 years old, has naturally stepped into the role of Louis's guiding star as the unofficial big sister in charge. Charlotte often takes it upon herself to ensure Louis stays within the bounds of royal protocol, well, as much as a 6-year-old can. One memorable example of their bond came during the family's outing to Kate Middleton's annual Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey. Picture this: the grandeur of the historic venue, the family walking in unison, and young Louis confidently striding alongside his siblings with Charlotte by his side. It was as though Louis had his own guardian angel watching over him. And even when Louis, ever the mischief maker, tried to blow out her candle on the way out, Charlotte responded with a patient smile, brushing it off with the kind of grace only a big sister could muster. This bond isn't new. It's been growing since Lou's birth. One particularly sweet moment captured Charlotte as a toddler, cradling baby Louis on her lap, planting a gentle kiss on his forehead. Even then, her protective instincts were on full display. Over time, their relationship has evolved, but the closeness remains. Whether they're volunteering at baby banks or joining in the fun at royal events, Charlotte leads, with Louis happily following in her footsteps. Now, let's talk about Prince George, the 10-year-old future king, who is stepping into a more prominent role within the royal family. For years, George and Charlotte were the inseparable duo at public outings, a dynamic team that balanced George's composure with Charlotte's liveliness. But recently, George and Louis's relationship has blossomed into something uniquely their own, a mix of camaraderie and playful mischief that's as charming as it is relatable. Insiders reveal that Louis has transitioned from being the pesky little brother to becoming George's pint-sized partner in crime. Whether it's sneaking into the kitchen for post-snack treats or pulling light-hearted pranks on their parents, these two are proving that a little mischief is a family trait. And while George may be growing up quickly, Louis has a way of reminding him that it's okay to let loose and simply be a kid sometimes. Their bond was especially evident during Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. While Louis's larger-than-life expressions became the talk of the internet, George's calm demeanor revealed his role as the steady big brother. Even amidst the chaos of the event, George kept a watchful eye on Louis, ensuring he didn't stray too far into royal trouble. At home, Louis's lively personality continues to shine. His recent interest in learning the drums has added a new layer to his reputation as the family's loudest member. Prince William, ever the relatable dad, jokingly mentions spending much of his time with his fingers in his ears while Louis enthusiastically hones his skills. Can't you just picture it? Louis pounding away on his drum kit, Charlotte rolling her eyes but secretly admiring his energy, and George pretending to be too cool while likely wishing he could join in. It's these little moments, simplest, real, and full of love, that make the Wales children feel so relatable despite their royal status. Whether they're matching outfits at royal events or volunteering side by side, George, Charlotte, and Louis are more than siblings, they're a team. During a recent visit to a baby bank, this team dynamic was on full display. Charlotte confidently took charge while Louis marveled at a King Kong toy, proving once again that the youngest often finds the most joy in the simplest things. Together, they embody a modern royal family, a blend of tradition, relatability, and unmistakable charm. Prince Louis, the youngest and most mischievous member of the royal family, may be known for his playful antics and cheeky grins, but there's a deeper, heartwarming dynamic behind the scenes that reveals just how special his relationships are with the older members of the royal family. Though he's often in the spotlight for his spirited personality, Louis is also deeply cherished by those closest to him, with bonds that speak volumes about the family's softer side. At the heart of this close-knit circle is his mother, Kate Middleton, known for her gentle and nurturing parenting style. Kate has always prioritized balancing royal duties with being an active, hands-on mother, And when it comes to Louis, he's the one who keeps her on her toes the most. Whether it's exploring the sprawling gardens of Adelaide Cottage in Windsor or helping out with gardening projects, Kate ensures her children, especially Louis, are encouraged to embrace the simple joys of childhood. Kate's creative side also shines through in her parenting approach. With her love for art and baking, she often plans activities designed to spark Louis's curiosity and energy. Picture this: Louis covered in flour, giggling as he attempts to roll out cookie dough, while Kate patiently guides him with that signature warm smile. It's no surprise he's often described as the wild child of the family, and while his cheeky side might raise an eyebrow at formal events, Kate is reportedly the first to laugh, knowing these moments are part of what makes childhood so magical. But it's not just his mother who shares a special connection with Louis. His father, Prince William, has a bond with his youngest son that is equally playful, yet rooted in deep life lessons. William, often seen gently guiding Louis during public appearances, balances royal protocol with fun, ensuring his son grows up understanding both responsibility and joy. Behind the scenes, insiders reveal William is often the first to laugh at Louis's antics, proving that even as a future king, he doesn't shy away from the lighter moments of fatherhood. And where does Louis get his playful sense of humor? Look no further than his dad. William, following the example of his late mother, Princess Diana, has always emphasized the importance of kindness, empathy, and keeping a sense of humor. Whether Louis is making faces during royal engagements or asking innocent questions at public events, William's patient presence reveals a father who embraces the beauty of these fleeting moments. Beyond his parents, Louis shares an especially cozy bond with his maternal grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton. For Louis, visits to the Middleton family home in Berkshire offer a much-needed escape from the formalities of palace life. The atmosphere there is relaxed, warm, and far removed from royal obligations. Imagine playing outside in the garden, covered in dirt after a day of outdoor adventures with no photographers in sight. Just a boy enjoying the simplicity of childhood. Carol, known for her hands-on approach, plays a key role in Louis' upbringing. Whether it's baking cookies together, playing in the backyard, or sharing bedtime stories, Carol ensures Louis experiences the magic of being a child without the weight of royal expectations. She's more than a grandmother. She's a playmate, a confidant, and a source of endless hugs. Michael Middleton, on the other hand, brings calmness and stability to Louis's life. Often described as the quieter figure in the family, Michael's presence offers a sense of balance. Long walks in nature, storytelling, and peaceful moments together remind Louis that not every moment has to be grand to be meaningful. And then there's King Charles III, his grandfather, the reigning monarch, yet a doting granddad who has a soft spot for little Louis. Despite his demanding role, King Charles has never been too busy for his grandchildren. His passion for nature often influences his moments with Louis, whether sharing stories about conservation, planting trees together, or teaching him about royal history. But here's where things get interesting. Despite these strong family ties, one person remains noticeably absent from Louis's inner circle: Queen Camilla. While Louis shares playful and affectionate bonds with his parents, grandparents, and the Middletons, Camilla's name is rarely mentioned in connection with the young prince. Is this simply a coincidence, or is there something more beneath the surface? Many believe the reason for the apparent distance between Queen Camilla and young Prince Louis can be traced back to the complicated history between Prince William and his stepmother. And who could blame him? The tension has been brewing for decades. But here's where things take an even more intriguing turn. Some royal watchers argue that this disconnect has nothing to do with William at all. Instead, they suggest the answer lies with Louis himself. You see, children, even as young as Prince Louis, have an uncanny ability to sense things that often go unnoticed by adults. Kids can feel the energy in a room, the unspoken tension in conversations, and the subtle cues from the people they trust most. And Louis, with his cheeky yet perceptive nature, might be doing exactly that, picking up on something that feels just a little off. Could it be that this playful young royal, known for stealing the show with his mischievous grins, is keeping his distance from Camilla entirely on his own? To understand this royal dynamic, we have to rewind to the heart of William and Camilla's complicated relationship. Imagine being a young boy watching your parents' marriage crumble under the relentless glare of the global media spotlight. Camilla's name dominated headlines during some of the most painful chapters of William's life, casting a long shadow over his childhood. It wasn't just gossip. This was deeply personal. And though time has passed, some wounds don't heal easily. Insiders have long hinted that while William maintains a cordial public relationship with Camilla, the tension lingers beneath the surface. Behind the polite smiles and formal appearances, the reality may be far colder. When Camilla officially married King Charles in 2005, William was reportedly less than enthusiastic. His loyalty to his late mother, Princess Diana, remained unwavering. Diana's legacy still looms large in his heart and in the way he raises his own children today. To his credit, William has shown grace and respect toward Camilla in public, recognizing her commitment to royal duties. But let's be honest, that doesn't mean he's ready to roll out the red carpet for her. And it seems his children, especially Louis, may have picked up on that guarded energy. Now, let's focus on Louis. The youngest of the Wales siblings, Louis has always been described as spirited, playful, and yes, a bit mischievous. But beyond the cheeky antics lies a sharp, observant child who seems to understand more than we give him credit for. Children have a way of noticing the subtleties that adults often overlook. Maybe it's William's subtle distance from Camilla, or perhaps it's the difference in warmth compared to the love Louis receives from other family members. In contrast, Camilla's interactions with Louis seem distant. Rarely, if ever, do we see public moments of genuine affection between them. While King Charles dotes on his grandchildren, particularly George, Charlotte, and Louis, Camilla's connection feels far less personal. Some might argue it's because Louis is still young, not yet fully involved in formal royal duties. But others whisper that it could be more than that. A natural emotional distance shaped by a complicated family history. And let's not forget, William is a fiercely protective father. He's determined to give his children a childhood untouched by the pain and media scrutiny he endured growing up. If he harbors any lingering distrust toward Camilla, it's not hard to imagine him maintaining strict boundaries when it comes to her involvement with Louis. You might be surprised to hear this, but despite the swirling rumors of tension within the royal family, there have been moments when young Prince Louis and Queen Camilla appeared to share a genuine connection. In fact, some of these instances were so heartwarming that they left royal watchers questioning whether the distance often perceived between them is as profound as it seems, or if there's something more calculated behind the scenes. Let's take a step back and revisit a particularly unforgettable royal moment: Christmas Day at Sandringham. Picture the royal family elegantly dressed, making their way to church for the traditional holiday service. The crowd, as always, was enchanted by the sight of the youngest royals. But on this festive occasion, all eyes were drawn to a surprising pairing: Prince Louis, just 4 years old, walking side by side with Queen Camilla. The scene was nothing short of captivating. As the family strolled along the pathway, Camilla gently placed her hand on Louis's back, guiding him forward as they exchanged words. Louis, ever the charmer, gazed up at his step-grandmother with wide-eyed curiosity and his signature mischievous grin. It was a fleeting yet powerful moment, one where they appeared completely at ease, sharing a rare display of warmth that seemed to melt hearts across the nation. For a royal dynamic often speculated to be strained, this tender exchange had royal commentators buzzing. Camilla, who is often described as formal and reserved in public, seemed genuinely relaxed. And Louis, known for his expressive personality and unfiltered emotions, looked entirely comfortable in her presence. Could this be a sign of a growing bond between them? But the Christmas Day moment wasn't the only instance that raised eyebrows. Let's fast forward to Camilla's visit to the Isle of Man. While fulfilling her royal duties, the Queen Consort encountered a mother with twin boys dressed in matching blue outfits. As she admired the adorable toddlers, Camilla couldn't help but bring up her own grandson, Prince Louis, playfully describing him as quite the handful. Delivered with a warm smile, the comment drew laughter from the crowd and seemed to reveal a softer, more playful side to the Queen Consort. But here's where things get interesting. Moments like these, as heartwarming as they appear, leave many wondering, are they entirely genuine, or could they be carefully orchestrated? You see, Camilla has long been known for her ability to manage public perception. Once one of the most controversial figures in the royal sphere, she has spent years working to rebuild her image. Evolving from the other woman in the Diana saga to the Queen Consort standing steadfast beside King Charles III, Camilla has embraced her royal duties with grace and dedication. But could these moments with Louis be part of the same strategy? After all, public displays of affection between Camilla and the younger royals have been rare. So, when they do occur, they inevitably attract attention. Was this warmth truly spontaneous, or was it a carefully calculated move to soften her image even further? Prince Louis dropped a royal Christmas bombshell that left the nation speechless. Yes, this just happened and it's shaking the palace walls. Let's break it down. It all began at Princess Catherine's heartwarming together at Christmas carol service held at the iconic Westminster Abbey. Picture the scene. Soft candlelight illuminating the historic venue, choirs singing classic carols, and the royal family gathered in festive elegance. The event was designed to celebrate love, gratitude, and togetherness, a perfect setting for what would soon become the most talked about royal moment of the season. As part of the evening's tradition, guests were invited to write messages of appreciation on red cards and hang them on the beautifully adorned kindness tree. Each card was meant to honor someone who had made a difference during the year. The Wales children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and young Prince Louis, dutifully participated in the activity. George and Charlotte, ever composed and aware of royal decorum, carefully carried their cards with the blank side facing outward, keeping their heartfelt notes private. But not Louis. Oh no! True to his cheeky, mischievous reputation, Louis proudly displayed his card for all to see. And what was written in his adorably scribbled handwriting? "Thank you for Granny and Grandpa because they have played games with me." The crowd let out a collective awe as the meaning behind the words became clear. The Granny and Grandpa he was referring to were, of course, his maternal grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton. Known for their close bond with their grandchildren, the Middletons have often been seen showering Louis, George, and Charlotte with love, warmth, and quality time away from the formalities of palace life. But then something shifted. As sweet as Louis's message was, it didn't take long for whispers to start rippling through the audience. Where was Queen Camilla's mention? Why wasn't the Queen Consort included in Louis's heartfelt note? And then it happened. Someone in the crowd, half-jokingly, asked young Louis why Camilla's name wasn't on his list. Most children might giggle and shrug off the question. But not Louis. In the way only a 6-year-old could, with complete sincerity and unfiltered honesty, he responded with words no one was prepared for. "She's lying." Silence. The festive cheer in the room evaporated almost instantly. Kate and William's smiles faltered, their expressions suddenly tight with a mixture of shock and confusion. For a moment, it felt as though time itself had frozen. Kate, ever the graceful mother, knelt gently beside Louis, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder, whispering something meant to calm him. But William, his expression harder to read, cast a subtle glance toward Camilla, who stood just a few feet away. Camilla's reaction? A forced smile. But for those paying attention, it was clear she had been caught completely off guard. The Queen Consort, so accustomed to maintaining poise during public events, now seemed riled, her expression shifting from gracious to strained in a matter of seconds. But here's where things went from awkward to explosive. Louis wasn't finished. In that innocent yet brutally honest way only a child can manage, he continued elaborating in front of the entire royal audience. "She said she would play games with me, but when I went to her room, she shouted at me to go away and said I was being annoying. And then I saw her just sitting there doing nothing." You could hear a pin drop. What started as playful childhood honesty had suddenly transformed into something far more revealing. The crowd, which had moments earlier been laughing along, now exchanged uneasy glances as the weight of Louis's words sank in. Was this just a case of a young child speaking his mind, or was it something deeper? A glimpse behind the palace curtains into a dynamic the public rarely gets to see. After all, children, with their unfiltered observations and pure honesty, often say what adults are too polite or too careful to express. Could Louis, in his innocent way, have exposed a truth that many had long suspected but never dared to say aloud? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more royal insights.